Hello everybody, today we're gonna answer a question that I actually get asked very often, and that is, how much is my backpack actually worth? Because as you can see on backpack.tf it says like 10,000, but as you should know, most unusual weapons do not have a price, especially if they are strange. And considering I'm the unusual weapons guy and I have the largest collection of unusual weapons, this should be very much inaccurate. And therefore, today we are gonna figure out what my backpack is actually worth. To get like a key amount, we have like 5,643 because that's what we're gonna be calculating with. I also have these 4 items listed on classified, 2 of them being on marketplace at that. We're just gonna knock those out of the park right away. Together, the sale price that I've listed them for is 2,419 keys. And we're gonna be reasonable with that and just be like, okay, if I quick sold them, they would literally sell instantly for a total price of 1,451 keys. Okay, let's get all of the easy ones out of the way. The way we're gonna do this is that we see this is listed for sale at 15 keys and we're just gonna take 40% off on that. And while we do that, we're also gonna take like the 9 we add to the reasonable estimate, and then we take the 15 and add to the actual estimate for those who are wondering about both, basically. Since this is a bit of an odd number, we're just gonna round that down to 4.5. This is gonna be 9. This is gonna be 15. This is gonna be 2.5, also rounded down because a weird number. We have 6 here, 12 here. This one have an active price suggestion, so we're just gonna take that at 40, seems reasonable enough. This one actually do not have a price, so we're just gonna go to the non-strange, which is 14. We're just gonna round that down to 8 keys flat. Counting all of them together, that should be a total of 106 keys added. That should put our current total to 7,200 keys flat. There's one price I'm not gonna go negotiating with here. This is gonna be 500 keys flat, and I'm gonna show you guys why. This price suggestion I made as soon as you were allowed to post strange unusual weapon price suggestions on backpack.tf, but at that time this was already out of date, so I got told to close it and resubmit when they allow a format that allows stuff to be priced as out of date, which they haven't yet. But we're gonna just clarify that this one is 500 keys. The proof should be listed here, and just to take a look at the compare here, we have, you can see this is actually the wrench. This is actually the wrench, and then this, which is also going to be important in a bit, because this one is going to be taken as 150 keys for the argument of the pricing to 500 keys, but it was kind of taken as 200 keys by the seller. So we have the image here just to confirm that you can count this manually if you want. I'm not going to count it for you, but there's 350 keys and the wrench that should be here, which is like taken as 150 keys. So we're going to take that wrench as a total of 500 added to both sides. Backpack.tf have a bit of a weird interaction with unusual weapons, showing them as either decorated, or if they are strange, they'll either show as decorated or strange. As you can see, this is a strange one, but it's showed as a decorated. This is also a strange one, but it's shown as a strange one. Of course, if it's not strange, it'll always just show as a decorated. So for the easiest way to handle the war paint and war painted items, I think we're just gonna take my war paint price guide and take the lowest end there, and then that should be more than reasonable, considering that most of my skins are actually on the high end, and even if they are applied, they should still be towards the high end because they are more desired skins. Just doing quick maths here, we have 15 merc grade, 6 commando grade, which the merc grade total will be 1,050 at a 70 keys each, and the commando will be 600 at 100 keys each, which brings our current backpack reasonable estimate total to 9,350, and we're reaching double the amount of what it is currently, and we still have the generation 1 weapons to go through. This one is untradeable, so for the reasonable estimate we're just gonna completely ignore it, but for my personal estimate, as in if you want to know my personal opinion on my backpack value, we're just gonna chuck in 1,000 keys to match it, even though it's untradeable. These rest ones are a bit hard to deal with because I'm one of the few people who can actually just straight up be like, okay, this is worth this is worth around that. But the way I feel like we can do the reasonable estimate is around the price that I paid for each individual one of them, or if I've sold one like it, then that'll be the thing for that. And I think that's about the best way we can do this. For this one, we're gonna chuck in, like, that's 100 keys, this is 120, this is 150, this is around 100, this is around 100, even though I paid 150 for it, it's probably worth less, to be honest. This one, probably say around 100, even though I think I paid more for it. This one, I remember like distinctively paying 40 keys for it, so we're just gonna put that at 40 keys. This one, I know I paid 150 for it, I'm gonna put it at 150. I bought 2 of these for around like 100 keys or something, but I did sell one of them instantly as soon as I picked one, like my number 2 up. People were adding me because they wanted it, and I ended up having 2 people offering 300, but one could pay right now but wanted a discount, so I sold that for 285. And then this one, there's a field tested currently listed at 32, so we're just gonna put that at 30. I think that's reasonable enough. The total there being 1,145 keys. I'm gonna use a bit of different prices for the total of my estimate here, but I just told you what's gonna be in the reasonable estimate, so let's just move along. And now for the total backpack value, at least with the reasonable estimate, we have 10,495 keys, and that would put my backpack rank at around number 58. And now for my personal estimate, we have 13,060 keys, which would put my backpack rank at around 31. And that is mainly to just answer the people who wonder what I think my backpack is worth, and then also we have a reasonable estimate where I think everybody can agree, okay, that's at least what it's worth. Regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope it answered your question if you ever had this question, and I'll see you again next time.